Alright, good evening everyone and welcome to the ATV Net, which is on every Tuesday night at 8 PM through VK3RTV. It's been marginally hectic, but we're here now. So I'd like to welcome a couple of new guys that are going to be coming up on Transmit very shortly, and that's Joe, VK3TET, welcome Joe, and also Ed, VK3BG. So they're currently working away and getting their transmitters ready, so we're really looking forward to seeing you on air very shortly. We have Bob 3BVR watching, and Rob VK3IE also watching, and there's a few people on the BATC stream, so I won't read them all out, but they're there. So the running order this evening will be Peter, VK3BFG. Peter will put it across to Gary, then across to John, and then across to Richard. Richard's going to put it across to Roger, VK5YY, and then Roger will put it back across to me. So it's going to be a lot of people on this evening, and then I'll introduce the guys that are coming up on RTV2. So Peter, if you're ready to go, I'll switch off. So everyone please switch across now to RTV1, and Richard also, if you switch the YouTube stream to 1 as well, which I'm sure you
Okay, 1, 2, hopefully that's okay now. Can I have a confirmation we have audio?
All good.
Okay,
All good.
sorry about the mess up there. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but never mind, I'm back on my normal system. Look, tonight I've got an announcement to make, and it's a communication from Dale Hughes, VK1DSH, who was one of the Wireless Institute members who were observers at the World Radio Conference recently. Amateur radio was an observer, not a part of the conference. We were represented by the ACMA. And going into the World Radio Conference, the position of just about everyone in the Southern Hemisphere was business as usual. However, there were some pretty heavy power players involved in all of the negotiation, and there was a very, very strong move to virtually eliminate amateur radio from 23 centimetres. However, we have been able to modify that. So I'll just read out the context of Dale's email, and I'll just comment on what that means. And Dale says, "Hi Peter, thanks for your email. The Australian position on WRC 23 agenda item 91B was for no change to the radio regulations, and Australia opposed any mandatory regulatory provisions for this agenda item." So basically the ACMA was on our side there, which was good. This was also the position of the Asia Pacific Telecommunications Region 3 Telecommunications Organisation as well. So basically pretty much all of the Southern Hemisphere was saying, no, just business as usual. However, there were some very, very influential players involved, and it has come down to basically back to the regulatory bodies of the various countries, in our case the ACMA, to make a provision. And at this stage, basically it's business as usual. So I'll just read on a little bit from Dale's email. In the end, we were able to reach agreement on a non-mandatory footnote to the radio regulations, which in essence is a reminder that we shall not cause harmful interference to RNSS receivers. Now, as far as I'm aware down here, we haven't done that. So that footnote goes as a part of the WRC. And Dale saying, given the resources of our opponents and the weight of the radio regulations, we were lucky to achieve what we did, that is the non-mandatory outcome. It could have been much worse. Over the 4 years of work, we've been able to get to a point where probably 90% of all amateur operations will be minimally disturbed, if at all. In summary, I think we got the best outcome we could hope for. It's not perfect, but it's better than other possible outcomes. If there are any proposed changes to the Australian amateur licence conditions affecting 23 centimetre band, we will have to respond to it. And when it happens, at this stage there's nothing to do except carry on and not cause any interference to RNS receivers. And of course we've been operating all this time over the period where the guys in the Northern Hemisphere certainly did, and at least 2 occasions, interfere. So we've been operating all the time, and there's been no reported interference. So it's a pretty good outcome, really. So it was really good to have the ACMA on our side, which is surprising, I guess. So that's pretty good. It's basically business as usual. What I would suggest we do is just use enough power to do the job, and that probably will minimise any risk. We're very much point to point, and we're not pointing up in the sky or anything like that. So again, that's a mitigation against really any interference that may occur. So there we are. It's business as usual, and the WA will respond if the ACMA comes back with anything. But they were fundamentally on our side, so that's really good. The second part of my little thing was supposed to be a show and tell of a down converted system, and it had no audio, and I've got no idea why that would be the case. So I have shown this one before, and it's very similar to what John ATU has. Why there's no audio there, I'll have to just check the settings on the encoder. That doesn't make any sense. So if you're watching, Joe, I'm sorry, I've got to use the same camera, which means it's all a bit jerky, but just stand by. One of these days I'll get another or a second. Could be really good. Okay, just looking down here, that's the little tiny Ed motor unit, which you connect to your own internet there, and you talk to it via that. So you set up all the parameters necessary. On top of it there is a mixer, and we've got the usual little local oscillator here running into the mixer. The N-motor unit also running into the mixer, and then the output's coming down to a relay switching system down here. Then we've got a bandpass filter, one of the little PCB ones, and then a couple of amps out. So the input is HDMI, so there must be some setting that I haven't made, and I didn't check it out. So it's a bit sad, but anyway, it did put up a picture, and I thought, yeah, it's always the audio, isn't it? Yeah, never mind. And up here, we've got a WinnerSat, and that's a WinnerSat. We use it for at the moment set on 1250, set on 1283, and we'll take it up to Mount View and just do it with two of the guys from the western suburbs there, to see what sort of a picture comes back. I think I have mentioned that I didn't think that would be viable there, but the proof's in the actual test, so we'll do it. We'll take this one, set this one up on 1283, and then take it up and just connect it to one of the and. I don't think 905 is going to give us enough amplitude, because the deviation is only about half. Just to see how much, and if it's down, well, we'll have to put a little lamp there, video amp, which won't be too hard. But anyway, we'll try out. So that's it for me. Sorry about the about the fact that no audio was coming out of that. I didn't check it, which is very bad. So Gary, VK3RTV, there, we would start streaming pretty much straight away. We'll just wait for a second or two, and we'll cut over to you.
Right. Well, very good evening, Peter, and everyone else up there. There was a bit of a problem with that. The first bit of your talk came over brilliantly when you were giving us the summary of the what's happened at Walk. So it's very good news by the sounds of it for the Southern Hemisphere. I'll be on the, if I get up early enough in the morning, the HV net in the UK, and we'll find out what's happening up there. I'm sure they'll tell me. when you were showing your DVB-T transmitter, I think it was motion. Every time you were moving, the picture was breaking up, and it was breaking up the audio as well. So I couldn't really hear what you were saying. But never mind. I'm sure you'll fix it next time. But anyway, very good news that. I'm not going to just go. I'm not going to rush out and buy an IC905 just yet. I'll wait a little bit longer. Probably wait till at least after Christmas. Anyway, we'll see. Now, talking of which, IC905s, I had to go with Dave, VK3RTV, who's got an IC905 at his house. He's only 4Ks from here. So first of all, we came up on, or rather he came up on 23.7 FM, but he was only about 25 dB over the noise. So I knew that wasn't going to be strong enough really for a picture on FM, but we had to go anyway. Or at least he couldn't transmit because he didn't have a suitable camera to give him a composite output. So I got all my old FM TV gear working and sent 15 watts in his direction. I've got a slide actually. Let me just stick that up. So I can talk over it. Yeah, so this is the path. So he's on the left hand side. So he's about 30 metres or so above the Parramatta River, which is the end of his street. And as you can see, as we get up towards my direction, there's a lot of hills getting in the way. So as I was saying, we thought with character noise of 25 dB, it's not going to work on FM. Anyway, on the 905, he managed to see some sync pulses, so nothing locking, but at least it shows some syncs. It's pretty much in line with my expectations because of the signal on FM being so weak. He'd need to be something like 40 dB over the noise, really, I reckon, to start getting a P1, P2 sort of picture on FM. It just shows how far we've come, you know, it's amazing. And it shows just, you know, we always used to think, well, FM was good, right? But, you know, we know now that with these reduced bandwidth modes, we can do miles better than that. And of course the FM with its sort of 18 megahertz bandwidth or so was really being penalised compared to the narrow band. Anyway, back to me for a sec. I've just got a short. Well, I won't run all of it. I'll run a bit of it, which was some video that I've taken just up the road, not very far from here. Christmas lights in the Ryde area. There's at least 2 streets that do this. I don't know. I'll see how it goes. I don't want to run it for too long. So we'll just show you some of the Christmas lights that always take place around here.
Let's go see on the other side. Can we go see the other side? I'm not sure. You must have vertigo.
I better discuss it with him.
Look at that. Oh, look, he's got a beer in his hand. Wait, go for a sec. Oh, look,
Yeah, they take it. They take it pretty seriously down in this street. It's so serious that there's even an ice cream van turns up. What I'll do is I'll just move it along a bit. We get the idea. The whole street is lit up like this. Move along a bit. Oh, there's the ice cream van, Mr. Whippy. So now we're in another street. This street's much nearer to here. It's within easy walking distance from here, this place. I guess I just wanted you to see the...
that one's not.
Lost the signal there.
Let's keep going down.
I can see I've vanished on YouTube. Something's happened. I saw a receiver then that wasn't receiving me, so I'm back again. Anyway, I was only going to show you this bit. He has this out every year. It's pretty impressive. And it's even got real steam train sound effects, sort of. Right, and I'll move along a bit further, and we'll just come into this'll upset the encoder. I'll just show you the lights at my place from the outside. With the window open, you can see the Christmas tree inside, and there it is. Okay, so Merry Christmas. We're not quite there yet. A bit less than 2 weeks to go. Right, so I'll hand it over to John. I think he normally just gets his stream all ready to go, so he should come up pretty quickly. I'll let him know anyway, and I'll just pop up a test card in case he's not ready.
Yeah, there we go. Thanks, Gary, and very good evening to everyone. I'm not quite as much light tonight. Actually, I might put a bit more on. Whoa, bless him, yeah. No, I'll leave it where it is. Yeah, anyway, that's good news, Peter, about the 23 centimetre band. We were very concerned about it here in Sydney because we're still looking for the new site for the repeater, and if we were to lose, if we had have lost 23 centimetres, it would have made it very complicated. Excuse me. You know, we couldn't keep everything the same. We would have had to have experimented with perhaps using 2.4 gigs and so forth. So the video quality seems exceptionally sharp at night on YouTube. Not to say that Ian's isn't good, it is. But Neil, when you were on camera, it was really amazing. The detail. I don't know whether Richard, you've got things set a bit different to Ian, or maybe it's the set-top box you're using, but really, really sharp. So.
All right, I know we've got some new guys coming on tonight, so I won't hold it long. But I was just going to add to the decision to leave 23 centimetres the same, and perhaps, and I say perhaps, why the ACMA are on our side is perhaps because they do use a vertical wind shear radar on 23 centimetres for assisting with aircraft movements. The reason I know about this is that we were copying interference from it a couple of years ago, and I worked out it was the Weather Bureau that was operating it, and I had conversations, email and then conversations, and asked them if they wouldn't mind not using it on a Monday night for an hour and a half, and they couldn't guarantee it, but in the end we had no more trouble. I've got a recording of it, but it was on my old phone. I haven't got it on this phone, but it's on the other phone, and it sounds very alien-like. It's nothing like you've ever heard before, and it was sweeping up and down about 20 megahertz from about 1260 to about 1280, and it was really ruining it. Ruining our transmissions. And the chap in the bureau said it's only 500 watts. Straight up too, straight up. So there we go. All right, I'll go across and I'll just show you this and put it over to Richard. Wait a minute. Okay, so this is a reference I found this morning about the conference, and down here you'll see this is the gentlemen that were involved. Oh, what happened there? I looked away. And you can see highlighted in blue, the decision reached at WRC 23 on this agenda item makes no change to the table of allocations. And there's our group there, and there's a chap that sent you the email, Peter, David, VK1DSH. So there we are. So it's looking... I don't know why that's flickering up in that corner there, but anyway, we won't worry about that. So all in all, a very good outcome. So there we are. All right, over to Richard then, VK3VRS.
Hello. Oh yes, I'm live, and I've even got audio. Very good. Really good news with the 23 centimetre band. I really like 23 centimetres, and having our transmitters on 23 is very important. I know Dennis WV and I were playing around because he's just recently purchased a new radio, and we were playing on 23 centimetres, and I still think it's an amazing band. It's probably why they want it, but anyway, some of the fun things that happen with it, with knife edge signals and stuff. So yeah, more fun and games. Pity, Peter, about the audio with your thing. Rules of live television. Test. Yeah, but I think every single one of us has been called out by that. John, not sure what settings Ian normally uses. How my setup is I have a second computer that's running Discord. It's actually running all my all my video, so from my smart home as well. It's got lots of cameras connected to it, running in some video software, which is all UPS backed up. And I put a capture card in it, and I've got a device in here which sends the HDMI out of the set-top box, divides it into a screen I've got here, and then sends it via Cat 6 cable out to my server rack, and that's where the server's sitting. And that server, I put one of the capture cards in it, and then I'm using OBS to stream it on both Discord and obviously on YouTube for tonight. I was streaming all day actually today, and it was running all right on a very low bit rate. But as soon as people started connecting tonight, all of a sudden I was having dropout problems and all that. So I've upped the bit rate from 2,500 all the way up to 6,800. And we've currently got 12 people viewing on YouTube. So hello everyone on YouTube. And we've also got 2 viewing it on Discord. So and the stream is telling me I've got an excellent connection. So so that's the setup at the moment. And this computer that I've got here is completely separate. If I had my way, I'd put everything that's got a fan in it out of this room. At the moment, because it's so hot here in Melbourne, I've currently got a fan running over there and my studio door open, so my XYL can hear everything I'm saying tonight for something different. And that's purely because I want the air conditioning in this room. Normally it doesn't have any air conditioning. I haven't got much house other than a video that I've played before, but Peter will love this one. It's very, very important video for Peter. He'll probably already recognise what it could be. So I'll put that on now and just enjoy it. It only goes for just under 3 minutes, so a bit of a time filler. And I know we have Roger, VK5 by YY, coming on after me. So we'll just run this video first.
For live news on the planets, cosmology, sunspots and more, every Friday at 10 p.m. Clint VK3CSJ presents the Astronomical Society of Victoria broadcast on this amateur television repeater, VK3RTV Channel 1.
Here we are back again. Yeah, Peter will remember that day. That was a good day. We were coming back from Avalon Airfield and we got permission to do a lap around the CPD, which we were both very happy about. It's all good. Just so everyone knows. Microphone. This is obviously Discord. I can put a picture of me on too, can I? Where am I? I'm somewhere. I don't know where I am. Oh, there I am. Hello everybody. Woohoo! Let's get a bit smaller. Bit sensitive, these controls. Anyway, you'll see just over here to that way, that side, that's Discord, and you'll see that we've got a couple of viewers, both of them interstate. Roger's watching and he's going to be on next, and he might be able to tell you about Discord watching it. And we've got Claudio also, who's overseas watching it, and might even be watching the live stream because we've currently got 11 concurrent users watching. So be able to tell you the difference in the latency and how quick it is. Discord also has chat. Now I know you have to sign in and authenticate, but we have to on everything nowadays. And that's probably more for your safety so people don't hijack your account or anything. But there's a lot of merit in using it. You can see there, once you've signed in, you can hover over the RTV thing and click on watch. And my microphone's denied because I'm using it here. So so it's going to complain about that. But there you go. You can see now it's going to be a circle of me watching me. You can also pop that out, and there it is there, popped out. So you can actually watch the stream and still be involved in the chat, so all at the same time. So it's quite handy. It's actually better than BATC. BATC is okay, but there's a lot more things that we can do with the Discord. I'm more than happy to send links if anybody wants to join. I've obviously sent links here in the Discord channel, but if you're a watcher and want to actually enjoy the thing, then just send me an email at vk3vrs@gmail.com, and then I can send you a link which you can then sign in. Anyway, that's it for me. So Roger, hopefully you are good to go. If you're streaming now, Roger, maybe you can tell me on Discord that you are ready to go, and then I will drop off. Take little mini me away. So there we go. And then I'll know that you're good to go, and I'll drop off, and it's fun and games. So I haven't seen him type, but I'm hoping that he's there. If not, it'll be back to Neil, I believe, on VK2. But let's just see. I'll drop off, go back to good old-fashioned. Let me find the right one. We'll go back to the good old-fashioned test card, and hopefully Roger will be there after I drop off. All right, see you all for now.
Hello, good evening. VK3VRS, VK5YYY in the group. Well, good evening everybody, and you probably already know. Hi, I'm Roger, and we're here in the workshop at Sky Vision. So that was very interesting, your little chat on Discord, Richard. I think Discord has merit. YouTube's not too bad. Discord was a bit quicker to swap over. It took a couple of seconds, but yeah, it was a little bit quicker than YouTube. So that's probably one of the biggest advantages. And yeah, I was trying to juggle two computers, so I was a bit unable to get to the keyboard over there without sort of shuffling things around. Excellent playing video. I think we need to have a competition. Who's the first to broadcast live in the modern era with the DVB whatever to their local repeater? Maybe it's been done. Like to hear all about it. And yeah, there's a couple of interesting segments. Sounds positive on 23 centimetres. Excellent. Someone made a comment on one of the forums I watched that, well, you know, us lot just with a couple of watts, surely if a war came and someone decided to interfere with your Galileo or your positioning system, or there was just interference, you know, surely they've got a few dB noise margin to still retain their positioning system, but well, maybe not. Maybe it's junky. I'm not sure. Yeah, so since we last met, I thought I'm going to pull apart another one of these microwave transmitters, and I was getting all cocky, and I thought, oh yeah, let's do it. So here it is. So this is the next one that I pulled apart, and straight away, as you can see, it's not the same as the original. So that was a fail, and you can see the construction. It's a much more modern unit, but let's see if we can do a teardown live on TV. And it's a 10.7-ish sort of gig thing, so it should be pretty close to what a fella needs. So we've got our little duplexer here, and the inputs come from let's see, here and here. Well, the inputs and the outputs, the RX and the TX. And yeah, it's a lot nicer construction than the other filter, duplexer. And then we've got the power amplifier under here with the little output waveguide. And let's see if we can pull this fella out. So the board structure is completely different, and the tracks aren't nicely labelled like the other fella was with the TX power high, and there's no friendly power supply, so I had to go down a level. So they're the two IF points here for the RX and the TX, and then you get down further, if I can. The power supply is a separate bit of gear on this one, so I had a look to see if there was anything that resembled what I had previously, and I can report no. So yeah, the older units looked a lot easier to work on, and they had a lot more user-friendly labels too. This one's got no labels. A couple of nice looking common mode chokes here, so it looks a lot higher quality, and there's a brand name Remec inside, so they're pretty high spec sort of people. Yeah, so there's a bit of reverse engineering to do there. Oh well, that was kind of a fail. But we've been building up the other beacon that you saw previously, and the other beacon was crystal locked from a time base under here, and now we've got a little coax to the outside world, and that's going to be GPS locked now. Oh, that'll be my wife telling me we need to go for a walk with the dogs. Hang on, Rachel, I'm on air. So this fella here is going to be GPS locked. We've got the 2 watt Coon now instead of 1 watt, and we'll see what all that does. And don't forget, sounds like 6 metre ATVs getting mobile in the east there, so that's beaut. So if you want to get involved, you can use your SDR, and just most of your SDRs will do something, but if you need an up converter to bring your two-tone into the picture, because 6 metres isn't native for a two-tone, Neuralec have got a nice little baby-size hammer up now, so you can go from 50 megs up to, I think it's 120 something or other, 170, don't quote me on that, 170 megs just inside of the two-tone range. Everyone's on the case here. Yeah, so the 6 metre project edges closer. I noticed there was a bit of 6 metre DX from the eastern states this afternoon on the net that I read. Yeah, so that's it for me. I'm going to drop my signal now. Over to you, Neil. VK3 BCU. VK5YYY. Thanks, everyone. Good to catch up.
Right, thanks for that, Roger. And I think we have audio. Hopefully someone will tell me if I don't. Right now, Mick VK3CH is going to be next, so please stand by, Mick. John, with regards to the picture quality, I have got some new lighting, and I do have another camera. This is a Canon I'm on at the moment, but I bought these very, very cheap LED replacements for the fluoros I had in. They're the same length as a fluoro, and they're 36 watt, and you can get them for as low as probably $10 a piece, depending on how many you buy. You buy a lot, they come a lot cheaper, and this is what they come in, and they're really good. Very cheap, very light, and I've got those all over the shack now. A lot more lighting, which is probably why the picture's looking a little bit better. So actually, I'm just going to close this door a bit neater. Right, okay, right, so that's why the picture's looking a lot sharper, I think, because of the lighting effect. I think my colour balance is off, just looking at that. I think it is off, not to worry. Can't have perfection. Okay, so we'll put it across to Mick, VK3CH, so if you're ready to go, Mick, we'll put it across to you very shortly. I don't think there's anything else. G'day there, Claudio. I didn't acknowledge you earlier, but thanks for watching as usual. So Mick, if you're ready to go, everyone watch RTV2 and take it away, Mick.
And g'day everyone, and the needle says I've got video, hopefully not too much. And we'll just make some adjustments here. Alright, yeah, good news on 23 centimetres. I've been watching that as well, and I've put that in the latest newsletter that I've put out. The December issue is ready to go, So we'll probably put that out closer to the end of the month to remind people that they don't have a meeting in January. They had their Christmas do last Sunday, and I don't normally go up because of the distances involved. Oh, I look a bit sunburned. Why am I not surprised? No, we drove up to Wodonga and back in the same day, so a long way to go for a Parmigiana. But anyway, the club shouts all the meals because they do have income off various repeater sites that they have. So yes, very shrewd investors there, so they can afford to do that. So and they turn 10 years old around the middle of next year, sort of Augusty, I think. June, July, August, one of those. The incorporation's one day, but the very first meeting was a couple of months before that. So I will probably go up for that. Alright, latest news around here is some of the trees in the backyard, we've discovered they're diseased, so they'll be going. And when they go, that'll actually have my antenna with a clear path to VK3RTV. So now and then the TV pixelates, although tonight it's perfect. So that'll improve. So I've got a 2-minute 40-second video. So I'll play that. And here we go. Okay, it's just before the weekend and we're getting some work done. Here's the aerials pointing towards Mount View, and you can see the trees here. Postrium or something, I don't know what these, Postrium, whatever. And Japanese maple. And I don't know what that one's called. Plum. A plum. Alright. Now the plum, if we could walk down the stairs without falling over, you might see there in the clouds there's the wire antenna, the copper wire antenna, and it might be a bit more visible to you if we come around here. You can see it there, and it goes to the top of that pole there. So if I just go back to here, you can see it there going into the top of there, and of course it's going into the tree, and that tree touches it and grows over it, which shorts it a bit. So that tree will be going. As you can see here, white ants and borers or something, the tree loppers said. So all three of these trees have that, so they'll be going. So I'll take you around to the deck where we get the path to Mount View. Okay, here's the east deck with our two 10 gigahertz television transmitting dishes here, and there's the receive antenna for Mount View, and the other one is on top. There's our hopeful connection to the Geelong television repeater transmitter when that's going. Anyway, if I line that up pretty much, you can see, well, if you go on the front here, there's now the tree that's grown towards Mount View. So it does affect it occasionally. So in a few days' time, all that will be gone. So I'll film an afterwards video when it's done. Okay, so we're back. Alright, so yeah, the tree loppers were going to come around on Monday, but the wet weather, they don't like working in the wet, so they're probably going to turn up Thursday. So that's when it all happened. Alright, that's all I've got for you this week. So next week, yeah, probably a little bit more gain due to lack of tree, although I will miss them. They're handy. They help get rid of some of the pollution, and you got the Eastern Freeway in the distance. I think they will absorb some of the noise. We'll find out. Alright, so we'll drop carrier and Back to you there, Neil. VK3CH Doncaster.
I'm on, am I? Good evening, everyone. Just a quick showing. Watching a little bit for a while now, but I thought I've just got this little video to show. Last weekend was the Astronomical Society of Victoria's Star Barbecue. Unfortunately, it was pretty well rained out. The ASV has a dark sky, what they refer to as the dark sky site, located up at Heathcote, and about 12 kilometres north of Heathcote, central Victoria. And the sky is in good condition. You can see once your eyes adjust to the dark, you can see quite a lot of stars, as you would if you're out in the country. Anyway, one of the members of ASV has a drone, and he's produced a little video of flying around the dark sky site. So if all goes well here, I'll just play this a little bit of drone footage. This shows you what the ASV have been working on over the last 15 years or so, probably 20 years actually. The site up there was donated to the ASV. It's about 13 hectares of land. I can't remember right now, but it's a fairly large block, and it was donated to the ASV for the very purpose of being a dark sky site where people could set up their telescopes and look at the sky. You can camp there and stay as long as you like. There's an accommodation block, there's a club room, there are domes now set up there. There's the radio astronomy group, which is what I've been pretty much involved with over the last 20 years. And it's just a flyover, basically a flyover of the dark sky site up there. So let's just see how this goes, and I'll try and walk you through it if there's everything else works okay. Harlow, okay. Just want to make sure I'm there and nothing else. All right. So this is coming into the main entry to the dark sky site, and I just hope the repeater is handling the fast motion okay. It looks like it is on the little monitor I'm watching on at the moment. It's not too bad. So now we're coming up to the accommodation block. It's several bunk rooms there that you can, if you're a member of the ASV, you can book to stay in. There are quite a reasonable setup. There's the showers and toilets there, both sides there. Not sure how many people can be housed, but it's quite a few if they're going to stay up overnight. Now, as we come out, we swing around towards the club rooms where we all meet, and this is a little undercover area where we can sit down and have something to eat with barbecue. Now we come out to the observation field. This is just to our left here is the observation field where people can set up their telescopes. But we're heading down. All this walking path here is all new. And we're coming up to a telescope here where it's called the All Abilities Observatory, where people in wheelchairs can actually look through the telescope with ease. That's the optical observation area where people set up their telescopes to do astrophotography. And this is all very new. These are remote scope tomes. So if you're a member of the ASV, you can organise to remotely connect to the telescopes. And this is the radio astronomy section. This is all our radio astronomy stuff. E Callisto that studies the sun, and Just to their left there is the horn, hydrogen line horn, just a historic example of how radio astronomy was originally done. There's the laboratory, a 20-foot shipping container that holds all the equipment, and of course there's the 8.5 metre dish, the Kennedy dish, the same as what Doug MacArthur has on his property when he was alive. It's a Kennedy dish, 28-foot, 8.5 metre dish, and of course a pair of stumps in the middle to in homage to the dish, the movie, the dish. And now we're coming up to another roll-off observatory. A little bit of site security there, but we're just coming in, another view of the remote domes, but we're going to shoot over to the roll-off shed, which has some fairly impressive telescopes in there too, and we're just going to swing out there in a minute. Again, there's the astrophotography field. There's several pillars there that people can set their telescopes on to do astrophotography of the sky. And now we head over to the dome. Over to the roll-off shed. That whole shed rolls back. That whole roof, as you see there, rolls back to expose all these telescopes. And of course, the biggest telescope here that we're coming up on is the 40-inch mirror. This telescope here has a 40-inch mirror, and there's the section director for Deep Sky there, quickly showing us the inside there. He's working on the telescope. So that's Paul there. Okay, so there we go. Now we shoot out through the door, and of course back out onto to the overall view of the sky. So there it is. That's a quick overall view of the dark sky site up at Heathcote, Astronomical Society of Victoria, of which I've been a member since 1993, and everything is working very, very well up there now. It's just unfortunate that with this astronomy, optical astronomy, you're often bad weather is the only thing that brings everything down. So that's what's been happening in this state for the last few days, is a lot of rain. But anyway, that's the end of that. And I thought I'd just quickly show you this little video that was put together. Some very, very good drone footage there. Worked out very well. So I hope that came across okay on the repeater, because I know fast motion stuff can still upset the repeater to some degree. All right, good news about the 23 centimetre band too, to some degree. So it's all in our favour, and I think Pete's right. It's just a matter of using what we need to get into the repeater, isn't it? Unfortunately, folks like Simon 3ZSJ needs to run a few more watts to get into the repeater, but that's fair enough. That's okay. I can't see any problems with that. Anyway, if I'm not around in the next couple of Tuesdays, I wish everybody all the best for the Christmas season, this silly season. I've got 4 weeks off over Christmas. In fact, I finish up this week, and I'm hoping to move all this Radio Shack of mine downstairs, which will be a major disruption to the way things work here. So the Astronomical Society of Victoria's broadcast that I do on Friday nights will be off for 4 weeks as of from the 22nd. The last broadcast will be the 22nd of December, and then I'll take 3 or 4 week sabbatical and come back in January next year with the Friday night broadcast. But I'll still continue to do the WI broadcast, because the WI, they don't stop. They just keep on doing their thing every week, week in and week out. Amazing team. So I'll continue the WI broadcast. So as soon as I move the TV system downstairs, I'm going to have to have an ATV system pretty much set up and ready to go for what I can do. Anyway, that's what I hope to be able to do in over the next 4 weeks. I think on that note, thanks everybody. Take care, look after yourselves, and again, Merry Christmas and all the best for the new year. But I'll probably say that again anyway very soon. Back to you there, Ian. So over to you, mate. VK3BCU. This is VK3CSJ, Narre Warren South.
Right. Press the right button. Great, that was fantastic, Clint. I seriously enjoyed that. It was really, really good. I'm not sure where the site is, but I wouldn't mind visiting it at some time. It was really, really good. Loved it. So thanks everyone for watching this evening. It's been a great net. So hopefully next week. What was that, Peter?
You signed off. Wrong camera.
Live TV. Live TV. How's that? I need a panel operator. So as I was saying, it was a great video, Clint. Really, really good. So hopefully we'll get more people coming up doing something like that. Only not relying on the few people that come up every week. So hopefully a few people might get enthused and join us next week. So thanks everyone for watching. We have how many on YouTube? I think I saw 14 on YouTube, and there's quite a few on the BATC feed and a couple on the other one. What's it? Discord. So thanks for watching everyone. We'll see you all next week. Cheers.